Okay, so in this question, you need to choose two groups of large xylem vessels and also the smaller xylem cells between them, and you need to make a large drawing of this entire structure. And after that, you need to use a label line label to show the lumen. So this is a how many mark? 4 mark question. So let's look at example of the diagram that we've taken from the slide first, okay? So micrograph from the slide, okay, this is an example. So I can see two very large xylem vessel elements. Why? Because this is the largest cell. This is the largest cell in the plant. And then secondly, the cell wall is thickened, right? It's thicker than this only single line, right? You can only draw this cell wall with single line, but you can draw this cell wall with 2 lines to represent its thickness. And it's pink color. Actually, it's purple color here, okay? That means it's already stained so that the lignin will show you this purple color, supposed to be pink, okay? Then, so you're supposed to choose these 2 cells to draw and draw all other cells in between them in detail. So if I'm going to enlarge it further for you to see, right? Actually, you can see very clearly, just now I make it very large, I can see very clearly the cell wall is made up of, where's my cell wall? Okay, you see here, can you see this purple color line is the cell wall of this xylem vessel, but this more bluish color line is the cell wall of this cell here. So you have to try to actually focus your slide until you can see the middle lamella between these two neighboring cell wall, because you're supposed to draw the middle lamella between the 2 cells, like this one here. Can you see further some more or not? Hang on, where are you? Here. Even here also I can see, right? This is a cell wall belongs to here. This is cell wall that belongs to this particular xylem vessel. And why it looks like this? Because it happened to section through the wall of this xylem vessel. And you can see there's pitted. This is the surface of the wall of this xylem vessel. It's pitted. And then this is cross section of this xylem vessel. So this is a lumen. This is a cell wall. This is also the cell wall where it's a surface view. Okay. So sometimes you can see this kind of structure, right? So you have to choose the best 2 xylem vessels where all the cells between them can be easily seen and drawn. So that's your the decision that you need to make in exam. Which one to draw, you need to choose the best one in the slide. Okay, so let's look at the mark scheme. What is the mark scheme as given here? Okay, let's see students drawing first. Let's see 3 samples of students drawing. This one is our Chen Han, okay. Very good drawing. You can see or not? Okay, very good drawing. You see these 2 xylem vessel element that the wall are thicker, and the rest of the cells, the cell wall are thinner. And I think he also draw the middle lamella between this neighboring cell here. Okay, are there middle lamella or not? Yes, got you can see the middle lamella between the cells, between these neighboring cells. So therefore, this one will get, did he get full marks or not? 4 marks, I think so. Yes. Okay. Now, what about Megan's drawing? Megan's drawing, her Cheng Han get the top, is the top for paper 3. How much he get? 37 out of 40. Okay, her Cheng Han is 37 out of 40. Megan is 36 out of 40. Okay, Megan's drawing, you see, very good. You see, very good, not very crystal clear. Can you see it's very clear? All the individual cells can be seen clearly. So you don't tell me, but teacher, my specimen, the cells cannot see clearly. Who asked you to choose that place? There's so many vascular bundles for you to choose so many cells. Why you choose that one? So you have to choose the one that allow you to draw very clearly like this one here. Everything is so clear, right? So this one is also full marks, 4 marks. Then the third one is Xin Yin Ting. Xin Yin Ting, hang on. Xin Yin Ting is the one that scored, I don't know, forgot how much it did. Xin Yin Ting is actually, sorry, Xin Yin Ting should be the one that get top 37, I think. Correct or not? I think so. How much you get? I forgot already. Xin Yin Deng's drawing also quite good. See or not? He labeled in pen. That's why I must write in pencil. But can you see this drawing so good? Right? So 4 marks for this one. So how to get the 4 marks? So let's check. First mark is definitely quality of drawing. Means your pencil must be HB, sharp, clean and clear line, no feathery, no suddenly dark, suddenly light. Okay. Don't use ruler to make your biological drawing. No ruler. Okay. So first marking point. Second marking point, only 2 largest enclosed area drawn and at least 2 smaller vessels. That means 2 big cells and at least 2 small cells between them. Okay. Some students I didn't give mark because when they draw these 2 cells here and they draw 2 cells here. How to give mark? You're supposed to draw all the cells between these 2 xylem vessels. So you need to draw 2, that means you didn't answer the question, I won't give mark. Okay. So for the 2 largest enclosed area, do not give mark if any enclosed area cell structure means you draw the xylem vessel and you draw something inside the xylem vessel. It looks like got nucleus lah, got vacuole lah, no mark. So inside this, no other cell structure should be drawn already because it's empty. And then region of vascular bundle means don't go and draw the vascular bundle, draw the cambium. After that, you go and show or you draw this vascular bundle here, this vascular bundle, sorry, xylem vessel and draw the cells here, okay? Like this, no mark. No mark for this one. Okay, because the question only asks you to draw this, not this whole thing. Then for both largest enclosed area, the cell wall must have double line because the cell was thick enough for you to draw it with a double line. Okay, and then label lumen with rule line inside enclosed area within the xylem vessel. Do not give mark if any label. If you label any other thing than lumen, that means you're not answering question. That means I will not give this mark even though your lumen is correct. Now this is very strict. You see last time they said you label lumen and you label any other thing that's correct, I still give you mark. Now they say you label lumen and any other thing, I don't care whether it's correct or wrong, I will not give mark because you didn't answer the question. So you have to label only the lumen if they only ask you to label lumen. And any label within draw line. That means to say that if you draw this, okay, you draw this, and then you label the lumen here. I don't know how you label the lumen where. You label the lumen here. Let's say you write your lumen here. I will not give mark because this is your drawing area, you know. This is your drawing area. You must label outside your drawing area. You cannot label inside your drawing area because this part is part of your drawing. So even though this outside xylem vessel, but still inside the drawing area. So you must make sure your label is outside the drawing area to score. Cells labeled D and Z. Okay, so D and Z. So D is this one here, and Z is this one here. So you can see that one is highly folded, whereas the other one is smooth. So how do I mark your drawing is that I will actually count the total number of this that you have drawn, and it's actually all together for 14, I think 14. Okay, if anything less or more, that means you didn't draw exactly from this, you lose 1 mark. Okay, so accuracy is important. So mark is given 3 marks. 1 mark for cell D is wavy. 1 mark for the total number of fold that you have is not 14, so it's 11. So we allow an error of plus minus 1. Strictly speaking, this error is not necessary also because you can count from there. It's total 11 folds. So 11 folds. So you have to draw very accurately. Then cell Z is smooth line with sharp continuous line. Now, I will deduct marks for those of you who draw this. Some of you draw this line. Okay, this line is actually a shadow of the cell behind it. So you do not draw something that does not belong to this cell. A cell is transparent. So when you see this cell, you must imagine the cell is transparent Anything that you can see in this cell may not belong to this cell, but the cell behind this cell. So you do not draw the structure of the cell behind this cell because it does not belong to this cell, right? So therefore, you also do not draw this structure, right, inside this cell here. You do not draw this structure if you're supposed to draw this cell. So you do not draw this structure when you draw this cell because it doesn't belong to this cell. So those of you who draw this, I will minus 1 mark because it's wrong. Okay? So when they ask you to draw cell Z, you only draw cell Z. Nothing that doesn't belong to cell Z should go into the drawing. Okay? So this is where a lot of students don't know how to annotate. Annotate is same as label, but instead of giving the name, label means you name the structure. Whereas annotate, you don't name the structure, you describe the structure. So you do it in the same way. That means to say that, okay, you see how the sample students answer. Okay, let's see sample student answer. First one is He Cheng Han. Okay, see, cell surface membrane is lobed and irregular. So I give mark for irregular or folded. So this is called annotation. You describe the structure. So you draw the line like you want to label the cell, but instead of naming the structure, you describe the structure. So what can you describe? You can describe color if the color is different, right? You can describe the shape if different. You can describe the size. You can describe the arrangement. Okay, you can describe the texture. A lot of things you can describe. Okay, so this is called describe. So here she's describing the shape of the cell surface membrane. So for cell Z, cell surface membrane is circular, which is correct. So therefore, he get 1 mark for annotation. What about Megan? What did Megan do for annotation? Yes, correct also. Part of red blood cell surface membrane curve inward. So this is correct. This is called annotation. But she didn't annotate Z. So should I give her mark or not? Annotate the drawing to show the difference. So this one I have to refer to mark scheme whether I can give her mark because she didn't annotate cell Z. So then I have to check the mark scheme. The mark scheme says or. Luckily, the mark scheme says or. Or means as long as you annotate cell C, cell D or cell Z, it's already good enough to indicate the difference. Okay, if they put here N, then Megan will not get the mark already lah. So for you to be sure to get full marks, please annotate both the cells correctly. Just in case I change this answer from or to N, then you will not get full marks. Like Megan will not get full marks, not you, sorry. So this answer will not get full marks already because cell Z is empty, no annotation. Okay, Sining Ting. Let's see Sining Ting's answer. Sining Ting is from another intake. Also very good. See, cell surface membrane pull inwards is not very good. We pull inwards. Folded, okay, highly folded. Cell surface membrane does not pull inward. I think I give him mark also 1 mark. Okay, pull inward, but not very accurate lah. What may pull inward? Okay, highly folded is better. Right, so therefore you want to learn the word that you can use to describe accurately and crystal clearly. So learn up those words for you to describe the structure when you study again for your exam. Okay, so what's the next one? C part 1. So let's look at C part 1. So they ask you to use the magnification to find the actual diameter in micrometer of the cells labeled D, E, F, G, H. In the figure, for each cell, measure the diameter at the position shown at the line. So they have given you all these cells, they've given you the line, they've given you the magnification of this micrograph. So they ask you to measure and after that, give the actual diameter of cell in micrometer. Okay, so marking point. So I show you the mark scheme first. Mark scheme. So this is the mark scheme. Hello, 150 better. So I've measured all the cells using ruler. Every time you use your ruler to measure something, please write your unit in millimeter. Millimeter means mm. Please write in, and don't write in cm, please. Write in mm. Okay, so these are all the measurements of all the cells D, E, F, G, H, and I allow an error of plus minus 1 mm. Okay, so marking point is correct measurement of all the cells and recorded as whole numbers or maximum to 0.5. Like this one here is 12.5, right? The rest are all whole number. Because when you use a ruler to measure to mm, the smallest that you can measure is 0.5 mm. So either is whole number or up to 0.5 mm. Unit must be in mm, this original mark scheme. Okay. For all the 5 cells, show that you divide each of them by 1430, which is the magnification, because the actual length of the specimen is the image length or diameter divided by magnification. So you have to show that you divide by this magnification. Some students didn't show. Some students, they don't get the marks because they didn't show the individual measurement. Okay. Some students were still, you don't tell, they never show that, or this measurement is this, E measurement is this. They only write 12.5, 11, 13, 14, 11. Are you asking me to guess which one is which one? If you ask the examiner to guess, I guarantee you get 0 mark. Don't let examiner guess the answer. It's always 0 mark. You have to indicate very clearly. Okay? So clarity is very important. For all the 5 cells, decide on the correct conversion from millimeter to micrometer. That means you just multiply by 1000 to get the micrometer. So that's the 3 marking point. So let's see how the 3 students perform. How the 3 students write their answers. Okay. So this one is very good. You see, this student, He Cheng Han, draw a table. Better still. Image length in cm. So please write in mm, but the image length, so I'll check every one of them is correct, then it's 1 mark. And then you see magnification, divide by 1430. And then the actual length in mm. Because he shows that he times, why is it times 10,000? Because he measured in cm, that's why he can times 10,000. Okay, all measurement correct, all calculated value correct. So how many marks did he get? 2 marks, so correct. Okay. So what about Megan? So see Megan answer. So Megan also indicate clearly every cell, right? What is the measurement? And then divide by 1,400 and then conversion. So because she measured in cm, so conversion she times 10 to the power of, I think -2 is wrong. Huh? How come then the answer is correct? 1.3 cm. So when you convert cm to micrometer, decicenti, centi is 10 minus 2. Micrometer is 10 power minus 6. So the difference is actually 10 minus 4. Hello? The difference between these two is 10 to the power of actually 4, not minus 4. So this one is wrong. Why she get her answer correct? Did she get her answer correct or not? 9.1 micrometer. Let me see. Yeah, I must minus mark for Megan because conversion is wrong. Okay. Then finally, don't know why conversion suddenly become correct. Why correct already? So strange. Okay. Oh, I didn't give full marks. I give 2 marks out of 3 because conversion wrong. Okay. Right. The next one. This one you see very tidy, very clear, very easy to see the answer. Right, original measurement is given very clearly for each cell. Even the formula is given, then divided by this, and conversion also stated very clearly. So very good. Okay. What else? I think the number of significant figures. This one, the number of significant figures, you must look at your original data. Maximum number of significant figures is actually 4. If you consider this as 4 significant figures, so the maximum number of significant figures should be 4, not more than that. Cannot be more than original data, okay? Right. So next question. Use the actual diameters calculated in C part 1 to calculate the mean actual diameter of the crenated red blood cell. You may lose mark if you do not show your working or if you do not use appropriate units. So very easy, right? Just add up all the measurement divided by 5. So show the working. That's why you got 2 marks. 1 mark for working, 1 mark for correct answer. So let's check the mark scheme. So you need to show, you add all the 5 measurements and then divided by 5 and then write your answer to the nearest whole number or to the appropriate accuracy. That means appropriate significant figures, and the unit is in micrometer. So let's look at Cheng Han's one. Very good, okay. Cheng Han, I should minus 1 mark, right? Your micrometer is not written completely. Yeah, I think I minus 1 mark. Micrometer is written as micrometer, not micro. Okay, so be very careful. Next one. This one is correct. And then Xin Yin Ting. Xin Yin Ting is also correct. So 3 significant figures. Okay. Yeah.